We have with us Halima Lucas, and Halima, you have something going on over here. It's called the inevitability. I was working on it of disappointment. I've got disappointment written all over me. It's a script. It follows a 20-something-year-old broke and disillusioned college student, Arya. Did I say that right, or am I botching that up too?
Perfect.
I guarantee I went to school. I was really good. Who, after her car breaks down on a road trip, is forced to stay with her estranged family and nanny her 5-year-old brother for repair funds. Oh, I hate that, everybody. Seriously. Halima, let's talk about it. It's a script, number one. And number two, great job submitting it. Where are you tuning in from?
I am in my hometown of Stockton, which is where the story is actually based, kind of inspired by my own experiences. But I live in Los Angeles. But yes, I am in my hometown babysitting.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So you understand now. Is this kind of a loose thing on you, or is it like, are you wanting to play it? Do you want somebody else to play, or how do you like? How's because lately I've been seeing a lot, and you can tell they're just doing it for themselves. But I go sometimes, and there's one, and they let somebody else do the voice, and I said, "Ooh, that's smart," because they got the right voice for it for the story. But let's talk about: are you wanting to be in this, or you wanting someone else to be a version of you, or is it even about you?
Yeah, no, it's loosely based on experiences that I had, and I wrote it, and it's a film that I want to direct. But as far as being the face of it, I would love to gift that to another actress and other folks to portray me. I've been told I have a striking resemblance to Beyonce. Seems like she might be a really good fit for the part. But yes, I'm behind the camera, not in front of the camera.
I went to the NAACP, what's it called? The Image Awards.
Yeah.
And I met some people, and there's some that I'm thinking she's in Diz. She's actually a Little Mermaid. Haley, I want to say is her name.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but her or others that I've met at the NAACP, we should just invite you to be like, oh, that person, give them the script. We go, no, it's already been approved. You know, so because La Femme, they don't just. How many scripts do we get? A lot. Got it. But to be selected, that's number one. Number two, is this your first script, or like have you been at this for a while?
I've been at it for a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, because I'm like, you don't look old enough to be at it forever. Because I see how you caught yourself there. How did like have you always wanted to do scripts? Have you always wanted to do film? You say, look, I want to direct this. Like, have you directed anything else, perhaps?
Yeah. I mean, I candidly wasn't someone who was born with a camera in their hand. Film came late to me in undergrad when I got the login to someone's Netflix and saw how powerful the medium was. So I switched from wanting to get a PhD in sociology and got into film. And so, writing and directing, to me, they're very close to each other. When you're writing the story and directing, you're interpreting it the way you imagine in your head. So, yeah, it's just something that I've since getting into this realm really liked those positions, and I written and directed a number of shorts, some that have done some really awesome stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to do it on a larger scale with a feature. So this would be my very first feature once it's directed. So I'm
Okay.
excited.
Now, and I love this because you have experience. I'm a little on the. I almost want to say because I've talked to people that work at Netflix, a couple actually. I'm friends with them on. I don't even want to say it because you're gonna like hit them up. I get people that hit, and sometimes people say, "Do you know this person?" I go, "I got no clue." And then sometimes people go to the other person, "Do you know this person?" Because sometimes it does that recommendation. You go, "What? Why?" But anyway, I know people at Netflix. I'll just say that
Mhm.
on media, and so they're always following. So sometimes when I post, I go, "You never know who's watching." But what do you mean you got to see the back end version of Netflix, or you got to see a Netflix account?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I just got to a Netflix account, like just not on the back end, just as it binging a bunch of stuff. This was when Netflix was doing DVDs, and almost most of their stuff was through DVDs. So yeah, as a college student, I was getting into that, and once I saw a ton of indie comedies, period pieces, just a ton of stuff. And it's just experiencing the power of film and television is what kind of opened my mind to it. So, yeah.
So you would say it's a calling, maybe, or something else that just suddenly, wait, why am I doing this? Because you got kind of the aspect of biz, or the business aspect that I like to say really happens, and people go, because you got genre in a way, but you go, this is where like everything's going. And you said, I haven't had a like, what did you say? I haven't had something in my hand like a camera. Like, what does that mean? Like, do you have a camera now, or do you have to rent it? Because I say get it and then rent it out when you say hire me with. Put it, what? You just have to take a loan out, and what? They already did it for school. What did you go to school for again?
Hey, right. Yeah. No, I wasn't, so once I got to grad school, because I knew there's a lot to learn, I went to USC to do film there. And I met a lot of people who they were just like, when they were teeny tiny, knew they wanted to make movies. And that just wasn't me. They would describe it like I was born with a camera in my hand. And I was like, I definitely was not at all. So it was a late discovery. But yeah, once I started getting into it, I was making films on my phone, which was before film phones were built to have. They weren't the kind of phones we have now. So I was making stuff on my little, my little Pixie phone, and then just going on from there, buying little cameras and point and shoots until I got access to bigger and better stuff, and have been making stuff with that ever since. So, yeah.
Okay, this is where I feel like, oh no, I'm the old guy in the room. But here it is, okay? I'm really 20 years old. Just believe it, all right? Make it happen.
Yeah.
Camera-wise, filter that. But the point is this. USC is down the street. I've been like, but I never meet anyone from USC, and I'm not going to lie. People are going to be mad at this. I guarantee it. But here it is. Some people go to school, and they come out with nothing.
Yeah.
They go, oh, I'm going to do it, and nothing. They want to get hired by someone else. They go, it's too much work. I go, oh. So sometimes the person who does it, and I get it, because there's some people that they have the money for it, and then they sit on it. When they get out, they go, well, I have a degree in it. And then they're like working somewhere else because they go, there's no like, and they don't understand the biz aspect. So in a way, I think like, I don't know how you support yourself. Somebody else said, look, I have to do a day job and they do an animated thing. I go, the animated isn't supporting them, but they want it to. Everybody wants it to be the career, but sometimes it's not the career so I don't know at what point you changed from, did you say sociology or physiology or psychiatry? Or
yeah. And I was wanting to get a PhD in sociology. That was undergrad, decided to do film, went to grad school, did awesome stuff with grad school, had a short that even got licensed on HBO through a festival. But after going to USC, I couldn't get a job in the industry to save my life. The only place that would hire me was Jo-Ann Fabrics. So I was working at Jo-Ann Fabrics and still trying to figure out like, hey, how am I going to do this? And thought, okay, well, Jo-Ann's felt like a really funny workplace comedy. So I then wrote a pilot, and that kind of put me on kind of like the TV track. So I started getting to TV programs and fellowships, the Nickelodeon writing fellowships. And so now I'm all for a support career that's outside of the industry. I'm at a place where my full-time job is television writing. So I've written for Nickelodeon and Disney TV animation, Marvel animation. So my full-time job is being a television writer, but I'm all day, every day filmmaker. So
okay, I'm going to stop you right there. All the ones in the room are like, Marvel? What? Anytime we hear Marvel, so what did you write for Marvel that you can say? Or is it out yet? Can you just say it? Just
I can't actually.
Oh, I hate that.
Not out yet.
They tie you in such, so it's coming out. Can you give a character that you kind of know but don't?
I have gotten to, well, one character that I've written for who I love, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I can share that because 2 seasons of that is already out, so you can check that out. But yeah, it's a Marvel animated show on Disney Plus and on Disney Channel. So
everybody in the room's like, can we get on Nickelodeon? We want to get Nickelodeon. They have stories, I guarantee it. Anyway, okay, guys, guys, just you're like, we got it, we got it. Okay, look, keep it going, keep it going. You have a voice, by the way. You could do. I know you got characters in you. You could do a voice.
Thank
Okay,
you.
hire because and I'm glad you said this, Halima. I know I'm going a little long on this, but I need this out there. Here's why. People don't understand. A, it's expensive to get big budget. That's number one. Number two, you have to have a license to be able to do that, and that's only by so many. All right, Marvel, for example, like you or I on the side cannot do a Marvel anything; they'll sue you, right? So you have to write something original or do a comic and then get it. But then you're like, but I have a day job; I have to feed the family. I have family that needs support. I have a mother or a father or somebody that I'm going to need to take care of. I'm taking care of my mother right now. She goes, no, you're not. Yes, I am. She's been in the hospital more than once. So I had to put everything on the back burner when I put everybody honestly in front of me. And now I'm like, what do I do? So my point is this. It's not easy. And then like you go to school, but you said, Joanne, I know Joanne Fabrics. I've been there and I never knew it before, but I love the people there, but you go, it's empty. It is empty. And then you go, I got to go through corporate. I got to have insurance. So whatever you like, keep it going. I know you have to have a day job because honestly, the industry is not paying. And if people just said, guys, because there was a strike and there's now talks about it, like we might've done ourselves in because it was too long. It was too many. And people they don't really say it, but they should. I know people that have gone into carpentry. I've had them on the show. That's why I know this. And they've been in 80s films and other films. They'll take a job, they'll do a commercial, and then all of a sudden they're not working for days. They go, well, they get long-term. You go, those are penny checks. You cannot get, or dime checks or nickel checks. Those are not long-term. So what you're doing, you need to make it so that other people have a career, but it's expensive. So then they go, where's the money at? And I go, Halima, just talk about Joanne Fabrics, how you work there, how you got, and then keep going with that. And then say, look, there's no shame in saying in between, we did this on a day, we did it on a couple of days. There's no shame, okay? Because COVID crushed and killed a lot, and no one is saying it publicly. You know, I've had to take other jobs, and they go, but you have a book on biz. I go, exactly, but no one's paying at the end of the day, or they renege on it. So I've done, you know, I get paid to host, I get paid to travel, I get paid to like, but now I'm taking care of my mother. I'm like, I can't even provide for your mother because it's a project by project base. But anyway, am I talking too much, Halima? Tell me.
No,
How do you fix it?
Man. Well, I do think we need to normalize conversation around support careers, especially if you're a creative, if you're an artist, just because of the nature of the work. And now as we're seeing the nature and the fluctuation of this industry as it's changed and evolved in many different ways. So whenever I talk to people, because I teach at a university as well, I talk to the students about, yes, there's nothing wrong with having a support career. It's not often that you have people who completely pay all their bills consistently and sustainably just from their artistry. It's a small population of people who are able to do that. So it's okay if what you're passionate about isn't the thing that, you know, pays the rent and pays the bills, or at least pays all of them. It's okay to have a support career, and most of us have it. And so I feel like if we normalize that, there wouldn't be as much of a stigma or a shame or unrealistic expectation of what your livelihood is supposed to look like. So 100% understand and agree. And my livelihood is made up of a number of different incomes. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I counted several right there. I'm like, what do you do? Do you teach? Do you work? Like, what? How? Nick? Like, can you write on this? Like, so I love it, and it's a new term I've never heard. Support career. I don't know if there's other terms that make it okay. I wanted to do a show on the day lives of people, and then because you meet them at certain events. What, we're in Hollywood, you meet everyone, and then you meet people that say they are and they're not, and then you go, what do you really do? And so it's all. Just people need to be all right about it and say, look, you obviously need to provide sometimes for family. My mother, you know, I got a lot. See my Instagram, you'll see it. I don't know if I can. There's just so much going on, and I go, ever since 2020 it hit, and I was not prepared, and I wish I had been for what comes when all of a sudden you got a medical situation, you got your sister who's disabled, and she's literally as I'm talking, she's in the hospital right now. And I got called last night after doing this. I go, do I go? Do I not? Do I go? Do I not? Thankfully, they're going to release her, but she's disabled. So she's, you know, so I'm an advocate for a lot of people that need support, because financially, sometimes you go, but I need it, and then no one wants to distribute it. You go, because people go, well, I just want it seen. No, you need to get paid, because they then they sell the equipment, or they don't. So anyway,
Yeah.
it's a thing. I know there's a whole, but just be open and be all right with other people saying, yeah, I have a day job. That's how I support. Can you please get paid on this, or help us get paid? Everybody needs to be, we need to get paid. That way we can keep doing it again and again and again, because we're not all studios, and that's the answer.
Yeah, agreed.
Although you have an in with Nick, I'm just saying, I would go bigger on that, just so you know. Keep it going, okay?
Okay.
All right. The inevitability of disappointment. What? I guarantee I'm going to end up in the hospital. Something's going on there.
No, please don't.
Thank you, Aliba. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
I've got the team. I'm going to put you guys all on here. We've got Michelle, director, producer. We got Tennessee. We got Maya. I'll let you say what it is, because I'm having a hard time with words. Go ahead. Who wants to introduce it? And what is it exactly? Because we don't have anything to show, but I do have a description. When free as a bird, Eliana and Eliana. Let's talk about Eliana. Go ahead. Who wants to say?
Oh, me. Okay. Well, I play Eliana. My name is Maya Nolly. I was an actress in the film and a co-producer. So the story is about a couple it's a queer couple, a lesbian and a bisexual woman, going to the funeral of the bisexual woman, me, her ex-boyfriend. And while she's there, realizing she may never have the dick again. And kind of grappling with her sexuality and monogamy and this relationship she's in, as well as her partner, Chase, kind of grappling with her own insecurities around relationships and feeling like she's not enough. Did I do all right?
You did great.
Yes.
Yes, and I wish I could show something about it. But okay, so all right, and it's all right. And you said the word that I'm so glad we're not on a broadcast, because I would get dinged for it and we would get fined for it.
The D. Sorry.
Yeah. It just remember, if we were live, I'd be dinged right now, and I would send you the bill. So it's a very big bill. Michelle, obviously as director producer, you made this happen. I want to talk to you real quick. Is it Martin or Tennessee? Which is it?
Tennessee. Martin's my last name.
Okay, awesome. Michelle, what do you want to say about, because obviously putting this together, it's not easy.
True. Yes, but it's important. So, I met Tennessee about 2 years ago, almost exactly. And I was looking for a new short film to direct. And a mutual friend introduced us, and Tennessee said she didn't have a short script at the time, but she had this idea that she'd been sitting on for a few years. And she said, it's not everybody's cup of tea, so we better talk about it first before you get too invested. And when she pitched the concept to me, I could tell immediately just how it was rooted in, a real emotion and a real story and real vulnerability. And I loved that authenticity. I loved how it pushed an envelope. I loved how it addressed social issues, but also universal issues that are human issues. We all can relate to insecurity and struggle in relationships. And so I was just really attracted to the story. And then Tennessee writes hilarious scripts, so it was also so high quality. We jumped in about 6 months later and started fundraising.
Okay, fundraising. I think you're the third one that talked quite publicly about the fundraising part. Have you reached the fundraise, or are you still going?
Oh, well, yeah, no, we fundraised for production. So we were fundraising in 2023 and then went into pre-production right after that. Right when the writer's strike happened is when we started shooting. And and then we finished it. So we're all done. So yeah, we completed fundraising last year.
Okay, and how much did you raise?
Just over $72,000, I believe.
Was that your initial goal?
Our goal was 70.
Wow, you made it just barely. All right.
Yes, but we
yeah.
also, have put in our own money, blood, sweat, and tears. So we're investors as well in our projects.
Well, it's well over that, right? Because I did this once, and now she's dead. I'm so sorry, Shauna Baca. I love you, but we did it on a music video, crowdfund, and she hit her goal barely, and her family was like, "Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it?" I think they pitched in, and she was like, but we made it, right? And then she wanted to do a film, and then we didn't get that one, and I'm like, oh, we went too high. But we were going for a lot less than $70,000. So, and people don't understand that's just bare minimum, because then you don't factor in daily living, bills, rent, stuff that you need to keep it going. Now I'm going to end my conversation on that because crowdfunding is a whole other subject, but people don't account for living expenses. You need to put that in there, because otherwise you're in a deficit rather than a yay, now we can promote, because then there's a whole promotion, kind of what you're doing, right?
Yeah, no, we don't factor any income for ourselves in that fundraising.
Yeah, and you should. That's all I'm saying. Tennessee, you're obviously the one who kind of like, right? And go ahead, talk about how this all came together.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I was in a not very healthy relationship with a woman who at the time had said like she didn't know if she could be with a woman for the rest of her life. And as a cis woman who is also mask presenting as a lesbian, I think I have grown up internalizing a lot of insecurities around whether or not I am enough in a relationship. These are all patriarchal standards, but they have an impact. And so I had this dream that my partner at the time brought home a severed torso and was like, here, I've solved our problem. You just have to help me hide it. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, I need so much therapy, but that's expensive. So instead I'm going to write. And I just started writing down like a short story inspired by that dream that I had. And then when I met Michelle, she was really excited about it. And I had moved on from that relationship, and actually Maya and I are partners, and she is lovely and not at all anything like the person I had been dating. But immediately, I think she responded to the story, and Michelle really liked Maya. And so it was a really nice opportunity for all of us to come together to make something really special that hopefully speaks to a demographic of people who aren't usually catered to in mainstream storytelling.
They're messaging me right now. Yes, we want to see it. So, okay. So again, La Femme is where it's at. Thank you so much, Tennessee, for sharing what you did. And Maya, good job. I mean, obviously you have a lot of people, 70,000 is not a small feat. This probably could go for a lot more. So, and you need to put that out there, because sometimes people go, well, this is what, and that's why people don't want to say how much, because then when distributor comes, they go, well, how much was it? You go way more. So you have to factor in living expenses. Okay. And you have to do that. Otherwise you're going to go where I've seen it happen so much. Films go, and then years later, all of a sudden they're on the street and you go, what happened? So don't let that happen. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, we all kept our day jobs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, it's out. La Femme. Do you know what day is it's coming out?
Yeah, we're screening on Friday, October 25th at 4 p.m.
Okay. And again, you guys can support anywhere. So friends, family, again, some people do not promote on social media. Promote on social media. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. Thank you for being with us here at La Femme, and keep it going.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, more after this. We're here with Emma and Callie. Emma, Callie, you got something here, and I'm not going to lie. You have to almost see it, and every mother's going to say, thank you for finally making it happen. That whole, because they call it a bird and bee thing, but man, the way, like, who made that happen?
Yeah, so thank you. That is the hope that people will see this and totally see themselves in the story. But this was actually, so the dirty towel speech that starts off our film and is the inspiration for the title was something that my best friend heard when she was younger. When she was 6, actually, her mom sat her down and exactly how you see it gave her that speech. And it stuck with me, and I shared it with Callie. And even though we didn't have that speech growing up, we had our own variations of it, and just feels like something that needed to be talked about in a narrative that needed to be changed.
Okay, Callie, do you want to say anything? Because I'm going to show it, and I'm telling you, every single one out there is going to say, I wish I had that speech. And then others are going to say, I want that speech. I don't know how to say it. So go ahead, Callie. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of speaks for itself in the speech, but I think it's definitely something that hopefully a lot of people, unfortunately, can relate to, but hopefully from, seeing it and hopefully through our story, what we want to do is kind of shift, how you feel about it looking back now and, the confidence you can feel now for your choices.
Dirty towel, here it is.
Your body is a towel. But when you have sex, the towel gets dirty. And no matter what you do, your towel will never be the same as it was. Don't be a dirty towel.
Oh, shit.
I just know these guys, and they all want the same thing. And once you give it to them, you can never have that part of you back.
That stain just shows that it's been loved. Maybe it's not what it once was, but that doesn't mean it's ruined. It's still the same towel.
What's her name? The one that she did it so well.
The actress who did the speech?
Yeah.
Laura Coover. She played Elizabeth, and she's incredible. She did an incredible job.
Okay, because she did a really good job. I'm not going to lie. I can see her in a lot of things. Where did you pull her from? Because she's been acting for a while, huh?
Yeah. We actually had a friend who's worked with her and knows her and spoke very, very highly of her and suggested that she audition. And we saw her and just knew that, she was the one from the second she read. So we're very, very lucky to have her and the whole cast.
And I love it because she looks like a lot of what I'm going to say. Okay, maybe I won't. There's a lot of mothers I know that, at a young age have a little one and they go, wish I had that conversation. So she has a whole story there. But look, good job. Great job. I love it. It literally, I see it here. No wonder. Oh, no wonder. Okay, there it is. Even though it's a film that's a little short. How long is it?
So the short film is 12 and a half minutes, and it actually was a proof of concept to a feature film that we're hoping to make, which is a way more expanded version of both of their stories.
Okay. And I'm going to just read the way it is here. A short film about a young woman grappling with feelings of shame and guilt after having the word for the first time. And she put it there. And proof of concept to a feature film, which is now is it in development now, or what's going on there?
So yeah, over the last few months, Emma and I have been writing the script to the feature film. We have the script, we have the budget, and now we're just, pitching to producers, investors, and just trying to find the right people to bring the project to life.
Got it. And then I see here Tribeca. So we're not the only ones? What happened?
Yeah, we had our world premiere at Tribeca, and then are very fortunate to be in this festival, especially one that uplifts, female filmmakers. I think we were really excited to be in this festival too, and just to be surrounded by so many other incredible films that I've been looking at all the log lines for as well.
Tribeca, I mean, I know we're La Femme, but seriously, how come they brought to us? Do we need to be before Tribeca? When did it happen in Tribeca? Because Tribeca's pretty big. It's hard to get there. Everybody's like, I want to be in Tribeca.
Yeah, Tribeca was back in June, and it was fantastic, and we're just so grateful to that festival and all of them, because every festival that we go to is just another group of people who get to see it and see themselves in the story and feel less alone in that struggle. So yeah.
We need to make it. Can we make Tribeca look little? Anyway, look, bring your friends and family. It's really good. Where are your friends and family at? Where are you guys tuning in from? I don't have locations here.
So I am based in Los Angeles right now, originally
that's
from
good.
South Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of my friends are here. My family's still on the East Coast, but yeah, most of my friends and people that I know are based here now, which is cool.
So tell them to buy a ticket. Okay, buy a ticket. Emma, where are your family at?
So my family is kind of split between Los Angeles and Chicago. I grew up first half of my life in LA and then second half in Chicago. And now I'm here. So
have them prove that they're a friend by buying the ticket that's on where they can see it anywhere. And then they can say, oh my God, I see it. And I want to talk about it because everybody wants to see it. So that's the answer. Okay. It looks good. It looks great. I know it's I get that. Sometimes friends don't understand that. Okay. Sometimes friends go, I get they think like big at the theater, which are empty, by the way. I've been to the theater more than once. I want to see Robot. It looks so good. Yeah. But there's a lot of films I go in and I go, I'm the only one. And I go like midday because that's the only time I could find some time. Don't tell my mother. She's like, you should also take care of me. She had a problem. She's in, thank God, not in the hospital, but my sister's in the hospital right now. And I'm like, should I be here or there? Yeah. So, but I got to check on, but I hear she's getting out. So thank God. But anyway, it's a whole situation. So my point is this, just make it so it makes sense for everyone. All right. Keep it going and just keep doing what you're doing. Dirty Towel is where it's at. I think it's good. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. And let people know that are your friends that a short can be made into something big. They go, well, then why do I pay for a short if it's only so many minutes? You go, I need support. Are you a friend? Or because friends are not supporting right now, make them support and then call them out by saying, did you support? And that's it. All right.
Yes, we definitely will.
Okay. Because if they're in LA, they can support. If they're in Chicago, I have people in Chicago. Okay, Emma, because what? I'm just saying I do, but they don't support. Go friend or no. No. All right. So I need more friends. Okay, Emma, keep it going, Kelly, and keep it going for the rest of the people that put in time. Okay, and have them promote. Please see it or please buy a ticket. That's how it gets out. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adios. We have with us Elia, and Elia, you have something inadequate. It almost reminds me of the other one, Inevitability. Oh, now I get it, of course. Inadequate. It's a film that portrays a foster parent's struggle to shift her perspective from white. I'm going to let you introduce it. I don't know what that means. Go ahead. What's it about?
All right. It's a social drama, first of all. And it's the story of a well-intentioned white woman who is fostering a Black girl. But when this kid proves to be inconsolable, she finds her presumptions questioned by the birth mom. So it's a story about mothers. Like it has like a bad mom club, bad mom club vibe of parents in struggling to navigate a difficult system and to navigate just parenting also, in a foster care system that kind of set them up for failure. Yes.
Okay, here it is. You judge, all right? Because the moment you say, they allow you to say what? You can't say whatever. Okay, I'm not getting in trouble. Here it is.
Oh, let's see if I can get it. Ow! Stop!
Faja, will you open the door? You don't want to be late for school.
I'm not going to school.
Two hours is long enough. This woman is killing me.
Hi.
Are you the social worker? I hope I'm in the right place.
No, I'm Eloise.
Nice to meet you. I'm Bianca.
The social worker already left. Look, you better
Where's
go before
Faja?
Faja sees you.
Do you have a problem?
Yes, actually I do. Everyone's gone out of their way to help Faja, and you can't even show up on time.
I'm 5 minutes early, and the social worker doesn't need to know a thing.
You're 2 hours late.
Whoa, she called it out. I'm early. I don't know. Oh wait, let's talk about that. Was that a tense scene to do? Because she calls it out. I call things out all the time. People go, I'm not about that. They go out, and I don't know. Was it good or bad that she say that? Because I kind of see perspective. Go, wait a minute, what's going on here? So let's talk about Elia. And who's the little one?
So it's the daughter. So it's the foster kid. Basically, she's been taken away from her family. For reasons that I'm not going to spoil here. And then she's going to a foster home to be taken care of.
Okay, but what's the little one's name? Because she's a great actress. She could be.
Oh, Savannah. Yes, she's a big shot. She's a big shot. She works. She's in Annie. She's doing live theater. So she's been doing for like an entire season of playing the main character in Annie, the stage play. So.
No, I like it. I love it. Why the name? Someone's asking social media. Why the name Inadequate though? Because now they're like, well, it's and so sometimes people get confused because it does come up. I know people that actually, how do I say it? They actually do. Well, I think the main one here is there's a foster parent, and then there's. I got so many questions on this because it is a discussion, and then they go, please don't ask it, but. She's like, I don't really know. You describe it. Why is it named Inadequate?
So it's inadequate. It is ambiguous because when you have your children taken away from you, that means that somewhere someone has doomed you inadequate. That means you've done something wrong. You messed up somewhere as a parent, right? And then the movie is this white lady that has to deal with that interracial, have to deal with a kid that is not her own. And she also kind of, it's also a struggle. And as a parent, she also shows inadequacies. So it is really the film, I'm hoping, is asking that question, of like, who exactly is inadequate, in that complex situation.
I get it now, and I hope I got it right. If I don't have it right, please help me out. The one at the beginning is the foster mother, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
And the one at the end, I thought she was like helping her out. Is she the mother of is that what you were saying earlier? Is she the actual mother?
Yes.
And so she lost custody of her kid because of a reason, right? That's why she calls it out. Do you understand? She goes, no, I'm early. Okay, I know of foster care. Okay. I know of stories I can't even say because they would get upset, but I know that it happens. And sometimes it's not the mother's fault. Sometimes it's because I see her going, I want to make it right.
Yes.
But people that know foster, sometimes it could be someone else that made it wrong or something got called out and you have to work to get your rights back.
Exactly. She has to work. She has to go to class, basically like parenting class. And also she has to show up for visitation, which is what happens in the second part of the trailer right here. She gets to see her daughter. So that's visitation. So like the parent has to prove that they are actually becoming responsible financially in whatever issues they had, also that they're working on it so that the foster care system can give the child back and that the child can come back in like a good environment for the right of the kid. Yes.
I got it now and I'm about it because I know people in the system. I know people that have gotten out of the system, meaning that they've grown up out. And sometimes it's not, without putting anybody's information out there, but sometimes it's not the mother's fault, it's the father's fault. Maybe there were drugs involved, maybe there was something involved and they got taken away, maybe there was a claim of abuse, maybe there was a claim of something, and social comes in, they go, no, not allowed, it's not right. Sometimes they go to prison, they get removed, sometimes it could happen at a stop, I've seen some stuff with my mother. I go, oh, that makes sense. I didn't understand that. And you don't understand what kids have in a way. There's a lot of movies on the subject. Quaid was in a movie recently, and it was on Netflix. So there are stories about it, and I get where you're going with this. And it is more because sometimes the foster care don't understand the needs of a young one, whereas I say, well, that one would understand, but then they go, no, I understand, so I get it, and I'm about that. So keep it going, and then promote because there are good and bad foster, and I'm about all good, but there's a lot of bad. And I've met a foster person. I don't have kids, okay? I feel like I'm raising other people's kids all the time, or I'm babysitting other, But the answer is they really need their parents, and that at the end of the day, and because I was a young adult, kind of like raising other people's kids, and now I see them, they're grown adults, they have kids of their own. But I go, guys, be a parent to your own kid. Don't let it happen. But if it does happen, fight to get your child back, your kid back, because somehow you lost it, or you had a perspective of the guy in your life. I don't know if that's the story, but it's the guy in life sometimes that creates a problem for the whole family, not knowing he's creating a problem. And that sometimes is the answer. I don't know if that's your story. What happens so that she lost the rights? Can you at least talk on that? What you want to write?
Yes, we can talk about that. No, I think here we really explore the complexity of a situation where a kid is taken away from her natural environment and has to live in another environment. So that brings a lot of trauma, I would say. And then also a person that is coming to parents going to have her own struggles, but also our own bias on like, okay, this kid, the parent must have messed up, quite hard to have the kid taken away from them. But that is an assumption that is not always true because of just racial bias that exists, that a certain minority has to live by every day, where sometimes it's just, it can be that they're poor or they have less things, but they cannot really stand up for themselves. So there's a lot of things that come into play. And so it's not always what we think. And what I'm hoping is just like with all the, racial disparities that can happen and conflict, that this will be just a space, for people to enter in a conversation and know what they can do at their level, if they cannot change the entire system, but also just be aware that there's more to it than just what I think versus what you think, and just jumping into helping. There's a lot into that. Like helping is it's not an easy thing to do.
Well, I think you can show this to people about foster, and we've had people on foster. I get sometimes messages because there are certain homes that say, hey, can you support? And I go, financially, no, I have no money. But I'm always about be on the show, talk about it, and they go, well, and then there are certain things they can say and they cannot say because they don't want to put things out there. So it's a very general, and that's kind of, but I meet a lot of people, and we've had actors who come, they've been orphans. They don't like the system, but she goes, someone stepped up. And I think that's the one at the beginning. She stepped up to be a mother to the one. Otherwise you're going to be in a home with a bunch of kids. And now that could be a problem. And there are things that happen developmentally to a young child at that age, or even teenage or middle or whatever you want to call. And it could be a problem for life if you let it. And some work through it, some work out of it. There's a lot of factors, and or they're just abandoned as a young one. And then that is so anyway, good job. Keep it going and keep doing what you're doing. And it's all adequate for inadequate to happen here at Left. I don't know. I'm working with it. Elia, thank you very much for putting this out there. And I can't wait to see it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. More right after this. We're here with Lee. Lee, I want to say this. I've seen you in the wing over there, and I go, man, I can't wait to talk to her. I know you're having, you get to hear all these conversations. I saw you on the phone. Are you promoting?
Am I promoting?
Yeah, the La Femme.
I guess might seem that way, but what a good idea.
Yeah, promote, please. Okay, here it is, right? Yours is very interesting. Travels on my donkey.
Have
I'm
you
not gonna.
have you watched it?
Sorry?
Have you watched it?
I seen the trailer. Do you want everyone
Okay.
to see it? Because you got something in the background I want to talk about. Here it is.
Oh, that's my studio. My great-great-uncle John Hill was an English engineer who went to Egypt to work for the Pasha, Muhammad Ali. In 1837, John Hill joined the famous expedition that explored the pyramids of Giza, led by the British aristocrat, Colonel Howard Vyse. I've decided to go back and see for myself. Hey.
All right, there it is. Okay, now I'm not gonna lie, Lee. Obviously, yes, I have seen it. I haven't seen the whole thing though, so I can't talk about all. I just saw the trailer because I'm only allowed that, and then I have to go or get a ticket. I know they don't even give me a free. But here's the thing, Lee. I understand this is your sixth film.
Yes, it is. I've been making films for about 40 years. So making animated films. And yeah.
And I see around you again this studio, and you said, I'm sorry we cut you off, but behind you have something that I go, ooh, I want more information on. I almost want like this is the studio. This is what we do behind the scenes. I see awards there. I see a lot of stuff. I see drawings. You know, I'm sure you get this question all the time. What do you want to do long term? Because I see this and I go, this is you traveling on the donkey, huh?
Well, I'm not young like your other guests that you've had on. So when you say what do I want to do long term, I just want to keep making the films I've been making and hope that people, you know, audiences see them and go into festivals. I mean, that's my grandest hope.
Yeah, and I love it because I'm looking at the drawing section over there because that you light up and then you draw. Because I draw, I just don't draw as good as like, and I see this and I go, whoa. And then the animation style is a little different. Now there's digital, there's the, and if you've been doing this for a while, and it looks like, yeah, a while, you know, like Disney, right? And then do you paint? Do you color? How, like
I paint on glass. I paint on glass. In the background of the frame here, there's some lights on the top of it, and it's just behind me here. And that's where I paint the pictures on there. So I work on a certain size piece of glass, and it's all designed, of course, and everything. So I paint with oil paints directly on the glass and animate. And so it's a straight ahead animation technique.
How long is the film?
It's about 30 minutes.
And how many panels did that take?
Don't ask me that. A lot.
You're like they're all over. Okay, and do you take a picture of it? Do you put it into a program to make it go? Because I have a theory about that. I think they can do it where you draw one and then it animates the rest. I have a theory on it.
No, it's not that. It's not. No, I don't do that. I'm a traditional animator. all the
Okay.
way through. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know how you get it that long and doing all that. Okay, I want to see it then. I want to see it because we only saw a little bit. Travels on
Yeah.
My Donkey. I almost want to show it again and go, do you know she does that in the studio right there? Do you do it at another studio or like, because you could
this
teach
is
it,
my
right?
home. This is my home studio. This is where I work because I'm an independent animator. I don't belong to any studio or company. And I've been working this way for a very long time.
Now, I will say this. I've been watching, and you're like, I'm not about that, but it's really good. It's called Border Patrol, and you're now you're Australian.
Mm.
Do you do this in what country are you in?
Australia.
Oh my God, I want to visit. Okay. Okay, because over here there are different things, right? And I learned this from Border Patrol. And I have people that I've had on the show from Australia.
Yeah.
Now, the person in this, Travels on My Donkey, your sixth film, is about 1817 Egypt, about a journey. And this woman joins her great uncle on an epic adventure to explore the pyramids of Giza.
Yeah.
Now I love this because it takes it in a way and you go, oh, I like it. And I want to almost make it into like something like a movie. And I know it's very difficult as an animator, but how long does it take you? When do you get up? When you do it, do you have support? Who does it with you? Or do you do it all yourself?
Well, I have an editor, I have sound people, but the painting and the image making is what I do. Yeah.
Well, they need a film about you just yourself. I haven't seen it. And not gonna lie, Lee, I have people that worked at Disney, but I don't know them personally. But I wish I did. My mother met them, and I always go, ooh, I've been around Diz. If Diz came to you and said, we want to go ahead and feature it, would you let them and say, okay, saying it's a Lee Whitmore?
I'd like them to be interested in my films. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, we can, what? Why not? All right. I haven't seen it. I don't know. Sometimes we don't go there. All right. But look, here's the thing. I keep it going. I understand. Oh, I have not seen your other ones, by the way, because you have a total of 5, right? How long did those take?
Well, they all took a long time. They all took about 4 years, each one. They take a long time.
4 years? What do you like? How much are you getting paid? What you're worth? Like you could make a whole.
I'm not getting paid anything. I'm doing them for love.
Of course you are. Okay, well, you're a person. I'm going to show it really quick because now that I understand that you don't get paid, you do. It takes 4 years. Diz, get on the line. Here it is from Australia. It's a Whitmore. All right, here it is. Watch.
My great-great-uncle John Hill was an English engineer who went to Egypt to work for the Pasha, Muhammad Ali. In 1837, John Hill joined the famous expedition that explored the pyramids of Giza, led by the British aristocrat, Colonel Howard Vyse. I've decided to go back and see for myself.
It's a Lee Whitmore. Lee, thank you. It's an honor meeting you in person. I want to see the others. I cannot believe. How long is it again? I misheard you. You meant 3 minutes, right?
No, 30.
How do you do that? I don't know how you do that. All right. Well, everybody,
But they're all autobiographical, all the stories. So the character on the donkey is me, going back in time.
Going back in time, but you were not alive in 1837. How does that happen?
No, that's why I had to ride a donkey to get back into the story. Yeah. So
that's about you going in time with the donkey. So the donkey magical.
Donkey's magical. Yeah, that's right. And I took the Clint Eastwood film, A Fistful of Dollars, where he rides into a scene on a donkey. So that was my inspiration. So I thought, oh, well, if he can do it, I can do it.
I love it. I love it because it is done in a way. I'm like, wow, more like what's Travel Channel and all those, like you don't see it coming, but you go, I get it now. This is about but you go, no, I've been there. Is there anything from that area? Do you have anything like in your, like right around you that you go, ooh, I brought this from that area when I went?
I haven't been there.
Oh, I get it. It's okay. For some reason, I thought you were okay. My point is, good job. Donkey is magical. Donkey needs a story. Keep it going. I want a book of this. Can you screen capture some of the scenes that are pivotal and then write and then because I think that along with this, I think they'll be like, wow, it's based on the book. You go, no. The film came out before the book. Can you do that? I'm really promoting that a lot.
Yes, I guess so.
Okay, because it's a book. I guarantee it. Little doggy's so cute. All right, thank you very much for spending time with us and keep it going. Okay, Lee?
Okay, bye.
Love you. Thank you very much. Great meeting you. Okay, more right after this. La Femme.
In the beginning, all films were short.
It's not a charity. We're not here to help you. We're not here to help your cause. We're there to make our money make money.
It probably takes a year to 2 years to really start seeing money.
That title of executive producer on a feature is not the same as the title of executive producer on a television show.
Because what you're seeing on television right now is history in terms of where decisions are being made today.
Don't give yourself a bad review before you start.
I'm sorry, I'm super awesome, and this is my pitch.
What are recommendations for packaging?
Getting to the right person at the right time, and you have the right piece of the package that they want to see.
And be able to adjust, because the plan will never execute exactly as you plan it.
If you set aside money for social media, for a publicist, for marketing, things like that, and really you don't have to sit behind those dollars and you can have more control of your own release.
You can't go wrong. But as for me, I knew that my episode was either going to be awesome or fine. That's the risk you take.
We have with us Rachel and Hannah. Rachel, Hannah, awesome. Look, it's called Exposed, right? And it's very important. Now I have this, and I almost want, because you see, we keep doing it every single break. It's something that we do in person, and that's called, we bring in, I don't know if you recognize her, she's a very big actress, and then they have a talk, and they talk with the people in, and they call them panel discussions, and they're really good. They're so worth it. And anyone that wants to be in film or even has an idea, you need to attend one of these. But I almost want to say this because you have this in your description, and I go, ooh. I love it because you did a log line. Which of you wrote the log line? You, Rachel, or you, Hannah?
That would be me.
So Hannah, do you want to say the log line? Because I can say it, but log line is something, and people don't understand it. Sometimes they go, just tell me what it is. All right. So and then you can say it, but some people still don't get it, but you wrote it, and do you want to say what it is, or?
Sure, I can say it if you like.
Now here's the thing. And sometimes, and I've seen these, they call them pitching, and then they never give the advice that I want. Is called, how would you have done it? Because they go, well, I need to read it. And you go, but really, how would you have done it? Because it's kind of one of those things where you already made it, so you don't really need a log line anymore. But some things like IMDb and others like Netflix, you go, what's it about? Sometimes we'll read it and then see it. So it is important, but I'm going to let you say it, but I want to show it first. Or we could be like, it wasn't made. And you say, so make it like it's a pitch. Say, investor, I need it made. Pretend like it's not made. Okay, here we go. And go ahead. What's the log line, Hannah?
Okay. The story of Exposed follows a teenage girl named Jackie Abrams who accidentally exposes herself for online stalking her crush by sending him a photo of his own house. And in doing so, completely ruins her reputation at school, gets labeled a stalker. She thinks her life is over until one of her classmates says, "Hey, I have a crush on someone. Would you stalk them for me? I will pay you." So then it becomes an opportunity for her to make a little money, but also redeem her reputation in the process.
Now I'm going to stop you right there because this is where someone says it and then you see everyone go, okay, well, it needs this, it needs that, it needs this. I think they would take it or they would take it. What are you going for? And then it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Have you ever been in one of those?
Oh, yeah. I think both Rachel and I have in school and classes and meetings that we've had together.
Definitely. I feel like I've seen what you just said once or twice. Were you there last year or the year before?
Nope. No.
I guarantee you know people in the room. Okay, so now and here's why I'm doing this, because I've been in these. They're very interesting. They're very interesting. You almost go, who's going to take that idea and make it a thing? But the answer is you already did it, so you really don't need the person in the room to tell you, oh, well, because now you go, well, no, this is the vision. Now who's going to take it seriously? Because I need money, right? So here it is, Exposed.
The psychology of attraction is similarity, attractiveness, and proximity. You know, like the closer you are to someone physically, the more attractive you'll be.
Everyone stalks everyone's stuff.
Yeah?
See? No one's talking about you.
Everyone is.
You're friends with Jackie, right? I was wondering if she'd find out if Toby Erickson is single.
You go be creepy somewhere else.
I'll pay you.
Okay, so Drew from AP Chem wants you to use your stalkery skills to find out if Toby Erickson is dating anyone.
Right, because it's not bad enough everybody's already treating me like a crazy stalker.
Come on! I'll be the manager, handle the money stuff, and you'll be Stalker Girl.
I am not going to be Stalker Girl for the rest of my high school career. Josh likes me.
You can do so much better than Josh.
Do you realize how many people you can help like Drew?
So, does this mean we're officially open for business?
It's right there, Exposed. Good job, by the way. It looks like it belongs on one of the networks already. This is where I wish you would show up to one of these, and then they say, oh, well, it doesn't work, because there's that person always in the room. Have you pitched this in a way where you go, I don't know if we can do it? What made it happen so that it got me, and now we can see it? Like, did you say the log line? Then they said, oh, I'm going to invest you 100%? Or did you say, we have to do it ourselves? Like, how did that happen? Rachel, go ahead, speak.
Yeah, so we made this as our thesis for our college. We both attended the Dodge College of Film and Media Arts at Chapman. And there was a class on creating pilots where Hannah wrote this whole pilot. It was like 28 pages when she first wrote it. And then we adjusted it to be a more 20-minute pilot. And then as seniors, we hired other people to come on and be our crew, and myself direct as well as my co-director. And we went from there, and we were able to produce it through the school. That's how we were able to get it made.
Okay, and please, I've done this already more than once. I've had people go, yeah, we did it through the school, and then they go, can you please take it off? Because I think the school, no, you did it. Just let it go. So here's the thing, all right? And I love it. And they teach this at La Femme, okay? So if you brought this to La Femme, and leave the school thing out of it, okay? You put in the time, you put in the effort, make another one if you have to, and then just do it, because they say, well, it's already there. And then you get this. You go, no, it does. It sticks in a weird way. You go, well, then it's a learning experience. No, it's a show. The ones that you have in this, the actress will say you're weird, or what did she say? You're, and then he goes, no, I can help you. Who's that one? Because she's got a career, I guarantee.
Yeah, our Kyla Nova, that is the name of that character. She's incredible. All the actors are really, really incredible. It was so awesome working with them. We did a pretty big audition process, and we saw so many amazing actors. But these people that we did callbacks, chemistry reads, we did the whole shebang, and these people were really incredible.
Okay. Hannah, what do you want to say? Because you obviously wrote this. Obviously, it takes, sometimes there's a moment where you go, ooh, keep that. You almost want to write it in. You go, but keep it. And then just let's go next level with it. I just see more of it, So, and the log line, when you say, I'm not going to lie, some people get lost in it because they're thinking about like I'm thinking my sister who's in the hospital. I've said that more than once. I can distract you again and again and again until you see the visual. You go, ooh, let's put money behind that. So can we make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, putting this together was honestly such an incredible experience. I got to work with incredible people on this project, including Rachel, and it's provided so many incredible opportunities. I'm really happy with this project idea. It came to me in COVID, just the need to always feel connected to people, even if it's through social media, which can feel a little vapid at times. So I think this premise, this show, the fact that we got it made, it shows a lot of promise, and I'm really excited to see what we do with it. And I'm really happy that we were able to get into La Femme. I've always admired this festival, and I'm really excited to be there. Rachel and I are both in Los Angeles, so we're going to show up. We're going to be there the whole time. It's going to be incredible.
I know I've seen you at past ones. I know it. Okay, or not. I don't know. Maybe you have a sister that just remind. Anyway, good job. Keep it going. Keep making, keep doing. And then what I would do if you ever attend one of those, because sometimes they have big people in the room and then they just have the people that, well, I'm going to say it. I've been in the room and I know they're just the gate person. But you get to the person that they talk to, and that person, you show them this, they'll go, okay, you're what you say you are. And then, either they'll give you something. It's usually advice, but they usually say, I don't want to see a script because we're in development. We're doing a lot of stuff like that. They don't say it, but that's what they mean. I get pitched all the time on LinkedIn, and I go, I don't want to see it because there's a legality thing there. If there's anything similar, like a story that I'm working on, you're working on, it could be a problem. So that's what they mean. Like, oh, you need representation. But when you have something like this, you go, that's my representation. Just get the backing so no one takes advantage long term. Sometimes they don't teach you that in school, but you need to take care of that. Sometimes they say get representation is called an attorney. I have some really good entertainment attorneys, but sometimes you go, oh, they're expensive, but some will help you if they see the film and then they know what you're about. But if you're a writer or a director or anything like that, Leslie can coach you on all this. She'll say, well, but just do what you do, okay, and keep it going.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I gave you nothing, but expose. Why should people see it?
Why should people see it? Well, we worked really hard on it, and we're pretty proud of it. It was a full crew of so many hardworking kids who worked really hard to make this as good as it is. It was a full pre-production, production, and post-production project that, for a lot of us, it was the first time we really did most of this stuff, and it came out so well. We've been in other festivals, and it's gone really well.
All right, and Hannah?
Why should people see it?
Yes.
I think people should see it because a lot of people have gone through this in some way, shape, or form. I know I've accidentally texted the wrong group chat or posted the wrong thing and have had people react to it. I know other people have gone through that as well. And I think there's just so much familiarity with seeing that on screen, the way social media is handled by someone who grew up with it in real time, as opposed to people finding out about it after the fact. I think there's a lot that people can take away from this and also just have a really good time watching a pilot.
Okay, there it is. All right, so keep it going, keep it, and remember, whoever approaches you, they're going to take advantage of you. That's number one. I guarantee you're going to take advantage. I've seen it. Or just don't ever judge a person, because sometimes they could look like unkempt, and they're the person who makes the decision. All right, so just remember, there are people that take advantage, and then there's a person you don't see in the room, and they actually have information, but follow up. Sometimes they want to see if you're going to follow up, but show them what you have, but follow up. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And then you'll be so big, I won't even be able to reach. I'll be like, man, I remember. You're still over there? I need a job. Get me a job. That's the answer. Okay, make it a great day. Keep doing what you're doing, all right?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
More after this. Stay tuned. We have with us Alexandra, and Alexandra, you have a film, and I'm not going to lie, this is probably the longest trailer that we have. There's a reason for it. But it's called, I'm going to let you say it because I'm going to get in trouble. What is it?
It's called Hi, and thank you, by the way, in advance for the conversation. It's called Fool's Paradise Lost.
Okay, here it is.
It is dawn, and my grandmother and I are singing prayers to the horizon. This morning she's teaching me the meaning of Honjon. Although there's no direct translation from Blvd, the Navajo language, into English, every living being knows what Honjon means.
Knowing that you love the earth changes you, activates you to defend and protect and celebrate.
I could come out of the wilderness and there would be such a smile in my heart.
What happens to our brains when we're in nature?
We spend all this time talking about attention deficit disorder. It's really nature deficit disorder.
But when you feel the earth loves you in return, that feeling transforms the relationship from a one-way street into a sacred bond.
You know, the word nature is interesting. I think we only have that word because we live in a society that has removed itself from reality.
Every system on the earth is under duress, stress, and it's very painful, very painful.
What can you do as a human being to mitigate that?
The preparation for action, I think, begins with oneself, looking inside.
We can't always allow fear to be the guide.
When you fall in love with the wilderness and nature and you see the power in it, you're more inclined to protect it, because we do protect what we love.
I want to love everybody that I can love. I want to forgive anyone for it, whatever it is. I want to forgive you for that. I want to forgive me for that, because we are learning.
Why hoard for your own species when you can live to serve all life around you instead of extracting and destroying?
It might be our only hope for ourselves and this awe-inspiring planet that we call our home.
Fool's Paradise Lost. I'm telling you right now, that's huge. And when you see it, you go, oh, I get it. It's a really, how long is the actual, like the whole thing?
It's a full-length feature doc. It's an hour and 38 minutes.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
one of those that makes you go, oh, I didn't know. And I will say this, here's the description. An alien planet is very much tied to human beings' ills, physical and psychological. And your documentary is something I say, whoa, National Geographic that, you know, because it looks great. It looks amazing. And then it features something about a people. Can you talk about that?
You mean it features something about the Hadzaba tribe, or the people that all the different characters that are in the film?
Yeah, everything. Because I see
Everything.
Tanzania, which I have questions on.
Tanzania, yeah. Well, I ended up in Tanzania just because two of my characters were going there, Jody McDonald and John Francis. And Jody, when I requested the opportunity to interview her, she said, you know, I can't do it until after January because I'm going to Tanzania to to teach a photography workshop. I thought, well, okay, I'll just do that. And so I went along and spent most of my time, of course, filming her. I thought, well, that'll be fun. I'll maybe learn a little more about photography, but spent most of my time filming her. And while I was there, we stayed with a few different tribes, the Sakruma tribe and the Hadzabe tribe. And that was really eye-opening to me because the Hadza people are the last hunter-gatherer tribe in Tanzania. At one point, I heard somebody say it's in Africa, but I don't know that that's true. That, you know, the way they live as hunter-gatherers and the way that they share every aspect of everything that they cultivate with anyone, you know, like if I came walking along the path and I was hungry, they would share it with me. It's just part of the natural course of the way they've been for, you know, thousands of years. So, yeah, that was enlightening. And also I ended up going with John Francis, the planet walker. He's fairly well known. And I stumbled upon him because I was kind of in the thought processes about what am I going to do next. And, you know, I was working on some of my own sort of personal issues and finding just deep solace in the forest. And whenever I had opportunity to just be immersed in nature, and I was just acknowledging kind of internally that there's something to this. And then I met John Francis at a meditation center here in Northern California called Spirit Rock. And usually I would go and listen to Dharma talks and do meditations with Jack Kornfield. But it turned out that John Francis was there. And he was really kind of my aha moment, you know, because he really represented this idea of immersing yourself in the natural world. And in his case, actually going silent for 17 years to protest, well, it's a longer story, but to protest the use of fossil fuels. And then he stopped riding and driving in motorized vehicles for 17 years as well, and became really a spokesperson for the environment. So, yeah, that's the Tanzania portion.
I love how you said it. I said it wrong. I apologize. Tanzania. I want to travel there. I'm not going to lie. You took a scene at the very top, and I go, "Oh, I love it." What do you use for that? Do you use a helicopter? Do you have a budget for that, or not really?
I filmed I filmed everything you see in Tanzania. I didn't have the budget to bring somebody with me. And I also can be a little more under the radar if it's just me. So I put a shot mic on my Sony A1 and off I go. And so the aerial shots that you see are me in a hot air balloon.
What? No way. Okay, I know we're running out of time, but I want to say thank you. It looks amazing. I want to see it. I need to see it. I want to travel with you, and I don't because I think you do it all yourself, and I think you need the money to keep going. Is there another one that we're going to see in probably about a year or so? How long does it take you to do all that?
Well, the last film I made actually was in the La Femme Festival, and this film is opening up at the Mill Valley Film Festival. Its world premiere in October. And so I've made 4 films, 2 narratives and 2 documentaries. So that one took me 5 years because of COVID. The next film I'm making is a narrative. Go to my website, lexproductions.net. Follow me at LexProd on Instagram. Little plug.
No, yeah, I'm gonna right there and I'm gonna see it. It's worth it. Go see it, get a ticket. And do you know what day you're on?
Yeah, I am on the 26th at 2 p.m.
Okay, there it is. All right. And then get a ticket anywhere except, of course, you don't even have Wi-Fi there, huh?
You mean Wi-Fi where?
Where you were? Do you have Wi-Fi
in
there?
Tanzania?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the hotels, not during the day when you're wandering
In the
around,
hot air
no.
balloon, do you?
I don't know that I would even try. I was so busy filming. Yeah, I wouldn't have tried.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, nope, out of touch.
It's a
All right.
blessing to be out of touch. That's the message.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we're gonna see. It's Fool's Paradise Lost. And why the question mark at the end?
Is it lost? Have we lost our paradise? You know, we are fools in paradise.
Got it. Okay. Well, interesting. I don't think
What do
it's
you
lost.
think?
I think it's been found by too many people that are destroying or getting rid of, and that's the
That's what I
problem.
mean.
So don't
Yeah.
let that happen. Okay. All right,
No.
Alexandra. Thank you for letting us be a part of the journey that you've already on, and keep going. Oh, and can you YouTube that? I want to see you YouTube some stuff while you're doing, and I want to send some videos. Do you do that already, or not really? Because there are some, my mother follows them, and then like when they camp out, they put a little camera on, and then they put it up on YouTube, and people are like, oh, I feel like I'm there with you, and you're like, it's not the same, but it's really relaxing.
Actually, I haven't put anything really on YouTube other than just, you know, stuff for Lex Productions. But I'm on Instagram, and that's, yeah, I mean, I'm going to end up doing all kinds of different things with this film, like, but you need to go, I think. Yeah.
I'm going to send you a traveler that I follow, and she's in a van, but she'd actually be good support. And I think she needs, I'm not going to lie, she'll say, no, I'm good, but she needs someone. She needs someone. I guarantee it. But I follow her, my mother, but she lives out of a van, and she does this, but I think they're not paying her enough. She's like, no, I'm getting paid, but she's not. I'm going to send it. And I want you to connect with her, because I did a shout out with her. I follow her on social media because I discovered her on YouTube. But she does this thing. She has a drone. She does photography, and she does a lot. And then it's called Van Life. And oh, she's so good. Christiana, I think is her name. Anyway, she's gonna get mad at me. So I'm gonna send you that. Connect with her. Or I'm gonna tell her you need to connect, because I think she already has places you can go, and you have places that she can go, and then you could learn, and then she can learn, and I guarantee you'll be friends for life. Or not. I really don't know. I'm trying to put people together that. I don't know.
Yeah, do
Make
it.
it happen.
No, great.
Okay.
I'd love to connect.
She's
Thank
awesome,
you.
by the way. All right.
Yeah.
If I may have got the name wrong, don't show her it. All right. I know
Van
it
Life.
starts with a C, but all right.
Yeah.
Van Life. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you. And thank you very much for joining La Femme.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye. We're here with Ina. Ina, did I get it right, or is it Ina?
Ina is correct.
Okay, awesome. Okay, you have something here. It's called "Hold Me Softly," and the description is: a newcomer takes up residence across the street from Snow's. He's relegated to distant daydream material until an encounter reels him into her unusual world. Okay, Hold Me Softly. I've seen a lot, and I think I didn't get this one. What's it about?
It kind of takes the trope of the boy across the street or boy meets girl, and it turns it into more of a friendship. It's about everybody has challenges in life, and we might not end up seeing things through the way that we want them to. But most importantly, we meet people along the way that help us grow in ways that we don't expect.
Okay, here it is. Hold Me Softly.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you like that. You lost your apples. You said you're into video games, right?
Oh, yes, yes. I'm a freelance game designer. I draw all the monsters and things.
It can get enormous in small spaces, like the walls are trying to swallow you, and so you have to cover them with random you don't care about, but then you run out of things you don't care about, so you have to buy that makes you angry and makes you regret even being inside, and the walls and the goddamn floors and the dishes you haven't done for months repeat things to you, like all the things you never said, but they know what you want, what you do, what you did. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I thought you may need someone. Then and now.
They are supposed to help you calm down. You're always on the verge of an aneurysm.
Did it ever cross your mind that I might be angry because of you? Because you just don't go away.
That's how we want to see it again. We kept it on repeat for a reason. We just like keep it on repeat and then like and subscribe. Okay, awesome. Okay, now you did this and you put it together. I have so many questions right now because and I'm getting it now. Like there's a lot of somebody said the word layers, and I don't know if that says what it's about, but how would you describe it?
It definitely does have a lot of layers. Exteriorly, it does seem to feel like a romance because Snow, she's actually an untitled female character, but we come to know her as Snow because of the story she tells him. They have a lot of trauma relationship-wise. That's a lot of the clips that you saw from in the trailer there. And the process that both of these characters have to go through after they meet each other, throughout their friendship growing, and even the ending, you seem to have expectations, but at the end of the story, the point is, can they grow together to the next step that they need to reach in life? And so it explores a lot of depression, and particularly with men and women equally, and toxic relationships, and how do you grow from that position that you've found yourself in. Oh, both of the characters seem stuck in the past in their own ways. And so the fact that they meet is sort of like fate getting them a chance to grow into the person that they're meant to be. And there is a layer of joy in the film, of course. They're very good friend. It's a very good friendship, and they grow close extremely well. And it's a very, very cozy and sweet film. It does explore some complicated issues, but I'm very, very proud of it. It's my first feature film, and La Femme is actually the first one that's going to be premiering it. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought it to La Femme. I will say you have a lot of stories in you. I could tell. When you started this, did you know it was going to be made? Did you go, or did like someone they go, I don't really understand it. You go, I'll make it myself. Like what happened?
Yes, actually, I've been a writer since I was in grade school, and I felt like I was a very good writer. So I ventured into writing some short podcast stories, and that is actually still up, in case anybody's interested. But that's definitely earlier writing, and I've grown as a person. I attend local Arizona writers workshops. I'm always putting time into developing the craft, and so I eventually transitioned into, well, this audio form that I've selected to share my stories doesn't have enough capacity that I would like to give more of the story to anyone who's listening or watching. And so I delved into making a few short films, and those are all on my YouTube channel. But eventually I wrote this story that I love so much, and so I expanded upon it with Hold Me Softly. And I took the leap and I invested in myself and decided, if I can afford to do it, and I had really close friends help me out with getting it done. I just produced this first feature film, and it's 65 minutes, and it will be premiering at La Femme on Friday at 4 p.m.
Okay, so get your ticket, support. Okay, that's the answer. They go, dude, I already support more. Get it out there. All right, look, Hold Me Softly. And I like how you had it right to, and there was this little thing, and it was very simple. It was, do you ever you want it longer? Was there something where you go, shoot, we had it, but I didn't get the shot I want? Or maybe there's an audio thing that happened and you go, I have it a little longer, but sometimes, and have you ever done, and I have a thought, I could be wrong on this, but I have Oculus. I don't know if you have anything like it. And there's a thing, it's called big screen. And I really want La Femme on big screen. If we could put that out there, I really want La Femme on big screen. And big screen they put you in what looks like a theater with everyone from across the country. Okay. And you can see what people really think about something, but sometimes you could get in trouble with that because they say so much. But if everyone knows, you almost have to put it on private, but if you let people talk, have you been in the room where people have seen it? And what's been the reaction? Have you said, ooh, maybe we need to edit that. We need to edit that. We need to edit that. Because I thought it was going to work, or did it just go exactly as you planned?
I had a lot of trust in my friends who are Berber Productions. They're the partner company along with mine who made this film. I was a part of the editing process. And eventually we came to the final cut, which we have now. And I just made a couple executive decisions. I'm like, well, I think that is going to end up landing a little bit better. Let's change this here and there. So we did that. And then when I had the close family friends showing, just seeing everyone's reactions to the scenes that I'm so close to in this film was absolutely priceless. I love being able to share it with others as well and to receive input from many others. It's a rewarding process for sure, being a producer, and I look forward to many years of that, I hope.
Yeah, and by the way, sometimes these are there any new, they've probably been in stuff, but but you've been in something longer and it's being premiered at Regal Cinema. And where you're at, I don't know, do they have Regal Cinemas over there? Because AMC is a thing, Cinemark's a thing, but Regal used to be, they were aligned with Edward Cinemas. I don't know if you guys have those there, but it's pretty big deal and they've done another theater, but it was kind of a, I don't want to say it, like a village theater somewhat. And a lot of premieres have happened there of Hollywood, but people, when they see it, they go, but it's in a building, doesn't make sense. They go, you don't get it, man. That's Hollywood the way it used to be. Now they're closed a couple theaters like Lamley and some others where they used to have a lot of premieres, but when you see, you go, that's it, because it's real small when you see it. But you go, wait, I've seen, and they've had broadcasts on it. So Regal's really big, and when people come out, they go, oh, I get it. You could see like Avengers, Marvel, anything big at this theater, and you go, whoa, I'm in that. And sometimes people don't get it when you're in a town where they just don't understand that. Does that make sense? Is your family coming out?
No, I am going out though. I have been seeing the clips of the panels and all the information you share, so I'm going to be there for the entire festival. But yes, when I saw on the website that Regal is actually the theater that hosts this event, I was very excited. I have heard amazing things about this theater, and it's such an honor that that's like the first theater that will be able to play this film.
Yeah, it's really big. And if you don't have LA friends, it's hard to get it out there. And so all I'm going to say is to everyone attending, please attend in person. All right. So, and then I'm sure we'll see more from you. All right. I hope to meet you. If I don't make it, my sister's in the hospital right now as we speak. She may be out. I don't know. She's in a home. I wish she could watch it. Unfortunately, she cannot. She's partially blind and also deaf. She's 100% deaf, even though they say, nope, she can see. I almost want a story about her, but I don't know if anyone could play her. You know, they'd be like, well, let her be her. I go, ooh, that's going to be hard. Would you help me do that if I had a story?
I'm open to many stories and any stories. I'm actually focusing on being more of a producer and a writer. Hold Me Softly was one that I very closely directed alongside my co-director. But I feel producing and writing is actually my strength. So I would love to hear your story. And worst case scenario, the film does have a beautiful score, and I'm sure your sister would love it. I hope she can make it out if she can.
Yeah, she's like, and people don't understand. She's so disabled. Like, I'm not even saying that as a. When you see my Instagram, Erin M. Sanchez, you'll see her. She's disabled. Like, my mother had. I don't know if you know it. My mother was around someone who had the German measles way when in the 80s, and so it hurt my sister's brain in a way. So she underdeveloped, and so as a factor of that, she came out literally disabled, and so she is in a home, but she's hurting herself and she needs meds. And, you know, she's now, you know, she's my younger sister by 3 years, but I'm taking care of her. So when my mother, you know, my mother's been in the hospital, and so I'm just saying, take care of the people around you and make sure they take care of you while they're alive. Because sometimes all of a sudden it happens, you go, oh, but my love is film. And all of a sudden you're taking care of your family. You know what I mean?
And absolutely. And this film does drive home of like, just be there for each other and take the time to make someone feel heard and loved. That's a really big central story. And you are loved by the film community, Erin. I hope everything goes well.
Yeah, give out the love to my sister too. She's really having a hard time, but I love this. Get it going, and cannot wait to see you. And hopefully we'll see each other. Okay. Hopefully nothing bad happens that week. Something always comes up. I don't know. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
More after this. We're here with Min, we're here with Minnie, and we're here with A. But I know there's more there. Help me out with your names, please.
이름 한 번씩만 얘기해 주시면 좋을 것 같아요. Okay, my name is Min-hee Lee, and then Min-young Kwak. Her first name is Min-young, and she's the director of the Grey Rock. And Autumn Kwon, she is the actress who played Toa in the film. And then Autumn would be her first name.
Okay, awesome. I didn't know we're doing translation. I'm glad we are. What language are we speaking?
We're speaking in Korean.
Korean. Okay, you're the second Korean that we've had. Okay, so and here it is. I'm going to let it play, and then we could talk about. Here it is, Grey Rock. How do you say in Korean though?
Wait a second. 저희 이름 필름 영화 제목은 그냥 그레이락으로 가는 거죠. 감독님.
How do you say in Korean though?
Okay,
here it is, Grey Rock. Okay, I see. Okay, so the interpreter is you, Minnie Lee?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
the interpreter.
I'm sorry. This came at me really. Okay, now I see it. Okay, so Min Young and A Room. Okay, I'm gonna read what I have here. The film is about the psychological technique gray rock used to deal with. And the story follows a protagonist who has metaphorically turned into a gray rock, and the film explores the journey to break free, shake, and move forward. And so please help me and speak in whatever you want to say, either one of you.
감독님이랑 배우님께 지금 방금 이 영화의 내용에 대해서 한번 요약을 해주셨어요. 그래서 이제 이 영화가 이 주인공이 경험하고 있는 상황들에 있어서 그것을 극복하기 위한 방법으로 그 회색 돌이 되는 방식을 택하는 과정에 대해서 이야기하고 있는 것이 맞는지 물어보셨고, 이 영화에 대해서 한국어로 편한 방식으로 얘기해달라고 전화하셨어요. 감독님 소리가 안 들려요. 아직도 안 들려요. Sorry, there are some technical issues with the microphone.
It's okay. We heard that.
됐어요. 감독님 됐어요.
Maybe somebody else's. Okay.
네. 그레이락은 그레이락이었던 주인공 상태, 이제 회색 바위였던 주인공이 이제 움직이고 색채를 입히는 컬러가 있는 뭔가 이제 살아 움직이는 사람이 되기 위한 여정을 담은 영화입니다.
네. So this is a film about a woman who used to act like a gray rock to a lot of her situations, and now it's her journey to become a person who actually can make decisions herself and find her color in her life. 네.
Okay, and I love it. Can you say what you want people to, in essence, understand about rock?
혹시 사람들이 이제 그 회색 돌이라고 하는 것에 대해 어떤 방식으로 이해하기 원하시는지 감독님 좀 더 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
네. 그 한국에서는 지금 유행하고 있는 심리 그 기법으로 나르시시스트들에게 그 자신의 감정을 드러내지 않고 방어하는 그 방식으로서 그레이락이라고 표현을 하고 있습니다. 이제 자신의 감정을 회색으로 만들어서 상처받지 않기 위해 단단한 바위가 되는 기법입니다.
So in Korea, there's a huge way of, it's one way of dealing with the narcissist, the way that you kind of dull yourself and act like a rock. So which means that you don't react to anything that they say, but you just stay as you are and don't react to any of the things they say or any of the emotional dumpings that they give you. So that's one way of saying gray rock is one of the defense mechanism towards the narcissist, and that's why she titled this gray rock.
Okay, I get it. Because you see a dance and you go, ooh, what's that about? And then you go, ooh, but you know, so how long is it?
그래서 이제 춤추고 이러시는 것들을 보면서 지금 얘기 들으니까 좀 더 이해가 가신데요. 그 혹시 you mean the length of the film? Are you asking? 영화 길이는 어느 정도 되는지 여쭤보셨어요.
네, 영화 길이는 지금 60분입니다.
Yes, it's a feature film, but it's still it's 6 minutes long film. Yes.
So more to come. Okay, I love it. Now to you, I hope Miss Kwan. I have a question, and it's called. You guys are in Korea. Are you coming to the U.S. or not really?
그 감독님과 배우님 두 분께 여쭤보셨는데요. 혹시 지금 한국에 계신데 이 이제 상영에 오시는지 여쭤보셨어요.
저는 참석을 못할 것 같고 감독님은 어떠세요?
저는 아직 상황을 더 봐야 할 것 같습니다.
그 이제 저거 추가 촬영 때문이신 건가요?
아, 네네네. 그건 얘기하면 안 될 것 같아요.
그래, 네, 알겠습니다. So both of them are still Autumn Kwan, the actress, she won't be able to make it. Min Young Kwak, the director, she's still kind of waiting for her schedule to work out, and she can't be certain yet.
Okay, it's all right. It's a huge just to get here to Korea. I want to visit Korea. You have so many things I have questions on. You have bots, and I think the like there's more bots per human. I want a film on that. Can you make it happen?
Bots? Like, can you?
Robots. You guys have a lot of robots in Korea.
Okay.
Yeah.
이제 미국까지 오시는 것도 힘드실 거라고 이해하신다고 얘기를 하셨고요. 자기도 한국에 와보고 싶으시다고 한국에 되게 많은 로봇들이 있는데 그것들에 대한 영화에 대해 관심 있으신지 물어보셨어요.
로봇?
네.
한국의 로봇 영화요? 어떤 뭐죠?
저 그냥
AI
그런 거 얘기하시는 것 같아요.
AI요? AI 우리? 예, 저 굉장히 관심이 많고 직접 만들고도 있습니다. 네.
AI에 대한 영화예요?
네네네. 시나리오도 쓰고 있고 AI 관련해서 그 프로그램을 다뤄서 AI 무비를 만드는 것도 지금 계속 트라이 하고 있는 중. 관심이 굉장히 많습니다.
Actually, she's very interested in AI, and she's actually writing scripts about AI, and also she's experimenting with making film with AI. So she's very interested in working with working and making films about AI.
I am excited. Okay, back to you, Miss Kwon. Miss Kwon. I'm sorry. Back to you, Miss Kwon. You as an actress in it, obviously, Miss Kwok did the directing, the writing, a lot of other stuff. But as you, Miss Kwon, how did this come? And you go, "Ooh, I can do it." Do you dance for a living? Or did they tell you what to do? How did that happen?
이제 배우님께 질문하셨는데요. 혹시 이 영화를 준비하시면 영화에 참여하게 되신 것과 이제 이것을 준비하실 때 원래도 춤을 추셨는지 그리고 어떻게 준비하셨는지 여쭤보세요.
사실 감독님이랑 전에 작품을 한 2번 정도 같이 했던 것 같아요. 그래서 감독님에 대한 신뢰가 있었고 그렇게 자연스럽게 참여하게 됐고 사실 도아가 춤을 잘 춰야 하는 캐릭터는 아니기 때문에 이번에 작업을 하면서 안무 감독님의 도움을 좀 많이 받았던 것 같아요. 움직임적으로.
원래는 춤을 안 추셨던 거죠?
네.
So she's an actress, so she does not have any background on dancing. She actually worked with the director Kwok twice, so she had a big trust about the director. So she was glad to take in the role for this film, and since the main character Toa, she didn't have to be a great dancer in this film, but they did get some help from the choreographer, and they did work with the choreographer for those therapeutic sessions. Yes.
Okay, well, you got to come to the U.S. When you come, you could bring it to AFM, by the way. That's in Vegas. Does anyone going to Vegas anytime soon? No one? All right, whatever. Bring it to AFM. I guarantee you'll have a bunch of people. The last people I met, this is too much to interpret. Look, I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to see it. When I see it, I'm going to say, yay. and I think you guys have something more in you. And I can almost guarantee, people just need to see it. All right. So will people be able to see? Oh, I have a question. With internet sometimes blocks certain things in certain countries. Do you hope some will see this in countries that they usually do not, or is that even allowed?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry. Can you say the question again?
In some countries you cannot see, okay, how do I say it? In some countries they block yeah, but our platform I'm pretty sure is all around. I'm sure there's some countries it's not some countries. I don't know. We haven't looked at it. Like we could see it here in the US, anyone and everyone. But will people over there in Korea be able to see it? I don't know.
혹시 한국에서 이제 이 영화를 잘 볼 수 없는 나라들이 있을 텐데 그런 나라들에서 그런 나라들에서도 볼 수 있기를 원하시는지 여쭤보세요.
네, 물론 다른 나라에서도 볼 수 있길 바라고 있고 이 영화제 이후로도 지금 출품을 많이 해놓은 상황이고 지금 소식을 기다리는 중입니다.
She would like to find a lot of audiences throughout through worldwide. So she's been trying to submit the film to a lot of different film festivals so that she can find more audiences outside of Korea in America.
Okay, because I love Korean dramas and Korean everything on Netflix. Do you guys get Netflix? Because we watch a lot of Korean dramas.
저희 이제 자기도 한국 영화나 드라마들 되게 좋아하고 넷플릭스나 이런 것들 통해서 많이 보신다고 이제 자기도 그러길 바라겠다고 얘기하셨어요.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we do have Netflix in Korea.
Okay, awesome. So Korean drama, is there a favorite that you guys have that we should watch on Netflix?
혹시 넷플릭스에서 추천하시는 한국 드라마 있으신지 여쭤보셨어요.
굿 파트너를 추천합니다.
She recommended A Good Partner. It's a new series and that's aired in Netflix. And what about you, 아름? 아름 배우님도 한번 추천해 주세요.
저는 오징어 게임.
She recommended Squid Game.
Oh, we love Squid Game. I have a host. His name is Jess. He loves Squid Game. Okay, so Squid Game. All right. Anyway, the reason I say that is we need them to promote you, to promote everyone, because honestly, I don't have any Korean contacts. So I need someone from Korea to say, hey, we want it everywhere. And so we can have La Femme in Korea. Could that happen?
이제 자기도 너무 이거 왜 물어보셨냐면 아직까지도 자기도 한국에 대해 많이 모르시는 것들이 있고 이제 그런 한국 미디어나 한국 영화나 드라마에 대해 좀 더 홍보가 이루어져야 된다 생각하셔서 이런 얘기를 하셨다고 하세요. Do you want them to promote the film?
I just want to be in Korea. That's it. I love Korea. Everything.
Okay.
And Netflix does too. Everybody's been watching Netflix. It's dubbed or it's subtitled.
이제 자기는 그냥 한국 오고 싶으시다고 그러고 이제 넷플릭스에서도 이제 한국어로 자막이 있거나 더빙이 되는 것들에 대해서 얘기하셨어요.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. You're thinking about it. Okay, look, keep going with what you're doing. You guys are doing awesome. Keep it going. It's called Gray Rock. I'm going to show it real quick. Here it is. Okay, there it is. It's happening at La Femme. We're international All right, that's the answer. Okay, they block us in some countries. That's why. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, make it a great day. What you do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. 아, 이제 이게 전체 국제적으로 상영될 것이고 또 와주셔서 감사하다고 좋은 시간 보내라고 얘기하시네요.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Love Fam. We're out. Make it a great day.